In the name of Allah, the most merciful, we start our class. Hello and welcome everybody. We are the third intermediate grade Super Goal 5 first semester. Our subject is English. Our lesson today is Unit 4. What do I need to buy? Listen and discuss grammar. Presented and prepared by Muhammad Falata. Let's start everybody. Okay, what we are going to learn today, we are going to talk about food. How interesting. And we are going to talk about expression of quantity and listen for specific information. Let's start everybody. Warming up questions. How often do you go to the supermarket? Do you usually or always or never go to the supermarket? What do you usually buy? If you go there, what do you usually buy? Supermarket. Who buys the food and supplies in your family? Who's responsible? You or your father or the driver or the maid? Who's responsible for buying the food in your family? Okay. Best price supermarket special offer. You will find a lot of things in supermarket. I love going to supermarket and buy stuff by myself. I hope you try it. You find a lot of sections, a lot of food, a lot of interesting things to eat. First, you have the meat section. You have beef, okay, meat of a cow, lamb, chicken, okay, chicken like this one, okay, chicken, okay. If you go to the seafood section, you find salmon, very useful, shrimp, squid, and crab, okay. A lot of very important stuff for your body. If you go to the fruit section, you find mango, pineapple, avocado, strawberries, and papaya. I love it. Okay, this is in the fruit section. If you go to the vegetables section, you find a lot of vegetables like onions, peppers, and beans. Okay, and if you go to the dairy products, you can find milk, butter, cheese, yogurt. All these are dairy products. And if we go to bread and grains, you can find bread, of course, cereal, okay, like cornflakes, and rice, different kinds of rice, okay? Oil and condemn oil and condiments. You can find corn oil, olive oil, salt and pepper. Okay, a lot of spices. Drinks, you can find a lot of drinks, tea, coffee, Pepsi, cola, all the type of drinks. And please try to choose the healthy one, please. Okay? Other like flour and sugar. Okay? Flour can make pizza, bread, and a lot of good stuff in home. Okay? And sugar, don't eat a lot of sugar, please. Okay? It's not healthy. Don't forget that. Okay, in pairs. Ask and answer about your last trip to the supermarket. Okay, choose anyone, your friend, your sister, your brother, your father, your mother, okay, any pair. And ask and answer. Ask him, did you get any coffee? He said here, I got a little. How often? How about lemons? How about lemons? I got a few. How much? How much chocolate did you buy? I bought 2 bars. And how many eggs? I got a dozen. I got a dozen. Okay. B. Ask and answer about prices. How much are oranges in your country? They are €2 a kilo. €2 a kilo. Okay? Very important, everybody, to use, to ask, interact with your friend, call him. Okay? And enjoy having conversation in English with him. Okay? Let's take some grammar now. We have the expression of quantity: a few, little, a lot of, much, many, enough, countable, and non-countable. Non-countable, we can count it. Non-countable, we can't count it. Okay? Let's take the example. I eat a few carrots. A few uses with carrots, countable. Okay? We use a few with countable. Carrots, we can count it. But here, I eat a little seafood. Non-countable. Okay? Non-countable. Use a little. Okay? A little. Okay? The same meaning. But we have here countable and non-countable. There's a difference. I eat many vegetables. I eat many. We use many, okay, with countable vegetables. I don't eat much bread. Bread, non-countable, we use much. Okay? How many bananas do you eat? How many? How many with countable? Don't forget that. Bananas. Okay? Bananas do you eat? How much milk do you drink? So we use a little, much, how much with non-countable, a few, many, how many with countable noun. Okay? Use a lot of and enough for both countable and non-countable noun. I eat a lot of eggs. A lot of eggs. But I don't eat a lot of bread. So we use a lot of and enough for both countable and non-countable. Like this example, I eat a lot of eggs, but I don't eat a lot of bread. So bread and eggs, countable and non-countable, we use both, a lot of, okay? Same thing. And I don't eat enough fruit. Don't eat enough fruit. With countable and non-countable. Don't forget that, with both. Okay, pronouns. We have something, anything, and nothing. I have something for lunch. Something. I don't have, this is affirmative. Don't forget that. Something, affirmative. I don't have anything for lunch. This negative sentence. We use anything, something with positive or affirmative. I have nothing with a sentence, affirmative sentence, which give a negative meaning. I have nothing for lunch. So we have something, anything, and nothing. Something again for affirmative sentence. Anything for negative sentence, and nothing for affirmative sentence, which give a negative meaning. Got it? Sequence words. First, then, after that, finally. We need to use these words. Give you examples. First, you mix the flour and the eggs. Then, you add a little butter. After that, you put in a teaspoon of baking powder. Finally, you let it rise. So you have first, then, after that, finally. This is a sequence words. Okay, first you do that, then you do that, after that you do that, finally you will do that. That's why we call it sequence. Okay, you have to start with that, then you finish the last step with that. Now with the questions. Complete the sentences with something, anything, and nothing. Number one, you are a good cook. You always have blank delicious for dinner. So which one? Something, anything, or nothing. Number 2, the refrigerator is empty. There is blank to eat in here. There is blank to eat in here. Number 3, I haven't made blank special for supper. Make yourself a sandwich. Number 4, there is blank better than a nice cup of coffee after a meal. So let's see the answers. You are a good cook. You always have something delicious for dinner. Affirmative sentence, everybody. Something delicious for dinner. The refrigerator is empty. There is nothing to eat in here. That's why it's empty. The affirmative sentence will give negative meaning. That's why we use nothing. Don't forget that. It's empty. Number 3, I haven't. Negative. Don't forget that. Made anything. We use anything with negative sentence. Special for supper. Make yourself a sandwich. So anything. Number 4, there is something better than a nice cup of coffee after a meal. Something is affirmative sentence. Okay, now work with a partner. Choose any partner. Your friend, your sister, your brother, your mother, your father. Ask and answer question with how many and how much. Use your English. Practice. A. How many onions are there? There are few. Another question. How much cheese is there? There is a little. Okay, so we have how many onions is countable. Don't forget that. How much cheese is uncountable. Okay, now complete the conversation with any, a little, a few, dozen, package, enough, many, and much, then practice with the partner. Noura and Mona. Noura, do you need help? Mona, yes, I'm going to make a cake. Please check the refrigerator. Are there blank eggs? Yes, there are. How blank? Question mark. There are only blank left. How blank butter is there? Question mark. There is only blank left. There isn't blank for a cake. Can you please go to the store and get a blank of butter and a blank of eggs? Okay, let's see the answers. Do you need help? Yes, I'm going to make a cake. Please check the refrigerator. Are there any use it in questions, any eggs? Yes, there are. How many? Talking about eggs, countable. How many? There are only a few. Countable, talking about eggs, few left. How much butter is there? There much, we use it with butter, uncountable, non-count. There is only a little, we talk about butter, that's why we use a little. Non-count. There isn't, is it negative? Any, we use any for cake, okay, negative. Can you please go to the store and get a package of butter and a dozen of eggs? Package of butter and a dozen of eggs. Countable and uncountable. Count eggs or non-count. Okay? D. Complete the recipe. It's your task. Complete the recipe. Use after, before sequence. Don't forget that. Twice, first, finally, and then twice. Okay? In the end of our class today, just remember we just visit supermarket and we went through all the sections, the beautiful sections. Then we took some grammar about something, countable, uncountable, nothing, just review it. And don't forget about using sequence and the recipe. Thank you very much. I see you next class. Goodbye.